Katie, would you pay almost £250,000 for that?
It is a lot of money, but, well, I was a history student and a history of art student, so very biased in my opinion towards art. Going to Venice at the end of the week, actually, so...
You know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I actually can't... I price it very high.
You might need a wee bit of a pay rise before we do it. We can maybe club together with everyone else in the office and maybe look into it. But
oh, and maybe the other STV offices too.
We might need a few people to work on that one. Now, what is the chat across Glasgow tonight? What are people talking about online?
Lots of people excited to see Spandau Ballet on the show. That
Almost
was really
excited
nice.
as my mum, yeah.
I know. We were quite excited over here in the corner too. And Margaret has said she met her hubby at the Ultratech in 1983.
Tony was talking about that.
Yeah, the first place they played in Glasgow. But we've actually got lots of people getting in touch about their old wives' tales, which we asked for earlier on off the back of real housewives being in Glasgow.
Yes.
Katrina Smith has said, if you go outside with wet hair, you'll catch a cold.
I entirely believe that, Katrina.
Yeah.
I think that is so true. I would definitely avoid going
Especially in
outside
this
with wet hair.
temperature. It's so cold at the
That's
moment.
a very common one, and I think it's totally true.
Yeah,
Nice. Thank you, Katrina.
Agreed. Stuart had said, my grandma used to threaten me with Maggie Murphy would come to get me if I was a bad boy, basically.
Oh.
So I hadn't heard of Maggie Murphy, so I retweeted this, and then loads of people got in touch and said, Maggie Murphy, their mums used to threaten him and them with all the time.
I've never heard of Maggie Murphy
if it's
either.
folklore, whatever it is. But Guy was also used to be threatened with the jaggy jumper home. So jumpers that maybe like a bit itchy.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I wonder what age he was then, but I didn't like that. I wouldn't like it now. So we've also had Lynn get in touch and say you had to keep your hand on your halfpenny. So only if you say that in a Scottish accent. So I don't really get that one. Maybe we should speak to somebody of an older generation.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one and see what else we've got.
And Murray said a cold tea bag on the eye if you have a sty or a sore.
I also heard that as well, yeah.
But you know, I read recently that if you put a tea bag on sunburn, it's supposed to reduce the redness as well.
So
I don't know
sort of therapeutic qualities.
Yeah, maybe there's something in it. Interesting. Jacqueline said, if you ate the crust on your bread, you get curly hair. So that was what you guys said
There you go.
earlier.
Jerry knew that one as well.
My mum used to tell that to my little brother as well, and so he wouldn't eat the crust because he
didn't want
straight hair. He had really curly hair.
Now, if there's any more out there, how do they get in touch and tell us about them?
And you can tweet us at STV Glasgow if you're on Twitter. Use the hashtag Riverside Show. If you're on Facebook, you can message